Clickbait was great. The pacing was on point, so it was very easy to marathon watch it, but not gonna lie, this would have been a really fun show to speculate on week by week. Here is a high-level recap with a focus on the ending. It began 2 years ago. Nick was hired as the physical therapist at a college. When he first joined, he believed Dawn to be a peach. He believed that she was trustworthy, so he gave her his phone's password and let her sync up some work-related apps. But in the process, she also got access to his pictures. And then, Mandy Harrison messaged Nick on a dating app, wondering where he'd been. So at this point, which was 2 years prior to the current timeline, Nick had not chatted with Mandy in some time. He was happily married. But Dawn was curious what it would be like to be someone. Someone like Nick. Someone people wanted. Someone people saw. So Dawn began chatting with Mandy, and later, Dawn set up fake profiles and spoke to women such as Emma Beasley and Sarah Burton. Dawn had fun leading these women on. She may have even begun to care for them. But then Dawn's husband, Ed, found out what she was doing and told her that she was sick. In a panicked state, Dawn told Sarah to kill herself. And since Sarah suffered from depression, she did it. She killed herself. Sarah's brother Simon went through her diary and found the name Jeremy. Since Jeremy had told Sarah that he would take her to an Oakland Lynx volleyball game, Simon and Daryl found Nick's picture online and tracked him down. They kidnapped him and put out those videos that went viral. But Nick convinced Simon that the photos were photoshopped, so Simon let him go free. The person who had catfished Nick had known about his wife's affair, and Nick had only confided that information to one person, Dawn. So Nick went to Dawn's to confront her. Then boom. Ed smashed Nick from behind. Meanwhile, Ethan's new friend Allison sent him the metadata of the photoshopped pictures. But Ethan's younger brother Kai intercepted that message, and Kai is a fighter. We had already seen Kai fight a bully at school who had mocked his mother and father, so it's no surprise that Kai went to the location of the photoshopper to seek revenge. Oddly enough, Kai politely knocked, baseball bat in hand. But lo and behold, it was not Matt Alden's house. It was Ed and Dawn's house. Ed and Dawn brought Kai to a farm where Ed had planned on killing Kai, but Kai escaped. Ed caught back up to him, then the police arrived, and Ed let Kai go free. For all intents and purposes, Ed then chose suicide by cop. All in all, Clickbait was a very entertaining show. They closed it out by wrapping up a few plot points. First off, Roshan told Pia that the volleyball player Tara Wilson had lodged an official complaint against Matt Alden. Second, Nick's name was cleared, so his son Kai will no longer be ashamed of his father going forward. Third, Sophie now knows that Nick did not cheat on her. Sophie now knows that Nick loved not only their children, but her as well. And last but not least, Pia and Sophie had started out the show at each other's throats. But in the end, they agreed that they were now there for each other. Because even though they had both lost Nick, they were still a family.
What if something happens to me? I mean, your family, you're gonna have to take care of her. And Ethan and Kai.